Do you know what this is right behind me? This is, guess, that's your mama's toothpick? No, this ain't my mama's toothpick. Guess again. Is it a redwood tree? It is a redwood tree. But you know what else it is? It's a giant, it's a giant stock pillar of carbon. Why? Because trees are made out of air. Trees are aeritarians or carbonivores because they eat carbon. They're not herbivores, they're not carnivores. And so they sequester carbon inside them. Old growth redwood forests, coastal redwood forests sequester more carbon than any other type of forest in the world. More than the Amazon? Yes. Amazon has more biodiversity, but we sequester way more carbon. And unfortunately, we, meaning the non-indigenous colonial culture, we cut down 96% of the old growth forest. Oh my gosh. We would be in a much less dire situation had we not cut down any of it. But we did, and not all hope is lost. A lot of this forest, when we cut down the redwoods, they're regrowing. They stump sprout, they regrow. The young ones don't, even though they're growing really fast, because redwood trees can get, 200 feet tall in 100 years. They get tall fast, and then they get wide, kind of like what happened to me, tall first, and then I got fat. But as these young trees continue to grow, they will sequester more carbon. And with our help, like we do in Redwoods Rising, the Redwoods Rising initiative, redwoodsrising.org, we help accelerate these second growth, densely planted, fire-prone redwood forest into old growth forest faster. Could we just leave it alone and walk away, throw our hands up and be like, well, in 1,000 years, this should be fine? We could, but we don't really have 1,000 years. An acre of old growth redwoods can suck up 890 metric tons of carbon. Well, that's really easy for us to picture, Griff. Thanks. Okay, so another way of saying that, it's like taking 700 cars off the road for a year. Okay, 1 acre of old growth redwoods is like the exhaust given out by 700 cars in a year. Okay, and for second growth forests that are growing, it's 270 cars, but every year they're adding some more cars, exhaust, pounds of exhaust or tons of exhaust. They're taking more of that out. And by us helping them accelerate this successional process from clear-cut, densely planted crap to old growth forest, we are speeding up the process of sequestration. So these forests are going to keep adding to their carbon sequestering powers, and redwoods live for a long time. So when we lock this carbon up in redwood trees, it's locked, okay, for a long time. Redwoods Rising is a collaboration between Redwood National Parks, Redwood State Parks, Save the Redwood League, and the Yurok Tribe. At Redwood Rising, we're solutionaries who are taking human-caused climate change and turning it into human-solved climate change. Learn about us, join us, redwoodsrising.org.